EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. But today, two AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And off we go from Denver. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback at 6'2" out of Auburn. It's Jarrett Stidham.
For a brief time, he was thought to be a possible successor to Tom Brady while he was still in New England, but that didn't materialize. But opportunity may still knock for him to start in the NFL today. Definitely has the arm and mobility to make plays against NFL defenses. All he needs now is consistency.
Stidham now off the bootleg. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And this is one receiver you got to slow down defensively, whether that's pressing him at the line, throwing extra defenders at him, rolling coverages his way. You can't let him have a big ball game. They were targeting him right away, but that one, incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll run with a second-round pick from Eagles draft. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Stidham. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
15 yards. That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Stidham. He targets Ingram for another grab. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Toss to Harvey, running right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On 1st down, back to Harvey. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here's Stidham to throw. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells their offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now it's Stidham. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He'll try and do this himself. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this one is that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
A 27-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. Nifty move. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And they will be let out by their second-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Looking to put a drive together. A carry here for Trevion Henderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And the Patriots, first down.
And if his coaches are correct, we're going to see a lot more runs like that from this young rookie going forward.
And you know, slapping each other on the back up in the booths right now? The scouting department, because they really recommended this guy highly, and he's justifying their faith in him.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Number 3 to Mario Douglas. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. May going to give it to Henderson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's May. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
So on fourth down, here's Bryce Behringer on to punt for the Patriots. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And it pushes way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Stidham. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at the 42.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Stidham. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Stidham from the shotgun. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Looking to throw. May. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
First down. 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
On first down, it's Henderson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a couple. Again, it's Henderson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
To throw, it's May. And the Broncos get there and take him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt.
For the Patriots.
A little juke. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. 2nd and 10. Stidham. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Stidham. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Again, Stidham. And this one complete again to Mims. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bryant. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey from 6 yards away as his guys are able to extend their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
For the Broncos.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A perfect example right there, Charles, of why they love this rookie runner.
And think about how the NFL and the college games are meshing together more and more. You don't have to go to the NFL and learn a new set of skills. What you did in college often makes you ready for the NFL.
And Diggs has it. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down.
Number 8, Stephon Diggs. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49-yard line.
Straight ahead, Henderson And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they go play action with May. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To the air, May. Hunter Henry brings it in. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
1st down, Patriots.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw with May. Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Douglas. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing here is May. Throwing right, and that's complete. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run here with Henderson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this 1st half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this one is right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And coming out now, the Broncos. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's going to have the Broncos first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down.
There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as it used to be, huh?
Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle.
2 yards on the
They
pickup.
suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. It's Stidham. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And once he escaped the pocket there, he tried to keep those eyes downfield, but nothing was materializing. So he makes a smart move and gets that to the sideline.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. Now Stidham. Gets it underneath. Here's Harvey. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Up the middle, it's Harvey. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
It's a gain of
53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Broncos first down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Broncos first down.
That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They go play action with Stidham. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
So they were stopped trying to run the ball on first down. Now they take a sack on 2nd down. The offensive coordinator's got to find a way to flip the script on the defensive coordinator because right now the defense has the advantage.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Stidham to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From 28 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. New England trying to get a place on offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll start on the ground with Henderson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
He's taken down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Here's May. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
A gain of 9 yards and a Patriot first down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Gets this complete to Butte. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He finds Douglas complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Patriots.
From the shotgun, it's May. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. On play action, May. And a pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's a gain of 20.
That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down. It's a gain of 20. First down, New England.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hanson with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the 3rd quarter is underway. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Pat Surtain up to make the play.
Defense is always talking about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Looking to throw, May. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's May. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on third down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
His throw incomplete. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. They go play action now. May completes it to Douglas. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 63 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Henderson. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Austin Hooper. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Pats are back within a score.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense. But when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown. Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Balled it to 26, 2nd and 7. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's Stidham. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Once more with Harvey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
Now a 3rd and 6. Stidham. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Stidham. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
And the Broncos first first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They run straight ahead with Harvey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Here's 2nd and 7. Stidham. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
R.J. Harvey with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. New England's offense set to go. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Riley Moss takes him down defensively.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Off the play fake, here's May. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos offense and Jarrett Stidham ready to come out for their next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now he's going to step up and run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
9 yards. That's good for a Broncos first down.
Just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Stidham. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
That's a gain of 3.
And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Stidham. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 6 there on the first down play. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. To throw is Stidham. Got a man open, it's Sutton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one, a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. Harvey is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Alonso looked to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Broncos 27.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. New England trying to get a place on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
That's complete. Travion Henderson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He finds it. And a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Denver's offense now set to go. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. To the air, May. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big gain of 39 on third.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Throwing here is May. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Broncos' 27-yard line.
2nd and a couple. On his own read, here's Henderson with it. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go again with Henderson. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool him a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
They'll throw with May. A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On 4th down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. That's just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
After the made field goal, back out is Borregales to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking to put a drive together. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you?
Christian Barmore picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Jones on the return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Patriots offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's May. Open man, that's Henry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And the Patriots, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It digs the motion man left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's May. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The tight end Henry here in motion. They're going on 4th down. May able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Dances by at the 20. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. The tight end Henry here in motion. Looking to throw. May. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
From the shotgun, May with it. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go. It's Henderson. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And he stopped immediately there. Milton Williams there on the tackle.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Toss left side for Harvey. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Harvey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now a 2nd and 6. On the handoff, Harvey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Broncos on 3rd down. Now they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. Here it's 3rd and 3. From midfield now, here's Stidham. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So the Patriots now down by 2 touchdowns, 1:55 remaining. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. To throw, it's May. Douglas with a grab over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
From the shotgun, it's May. He gets this complete to Diggs. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. They'll try and throw for it with May. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured. They go down to a knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's a win here for the Broncos, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.